Back to my take at top of the hour. We could see that controversial memo today. FBI Director Chris Wray, he's warning the White House, don't release it, don't release it. Come on in. Nick Johnston, Axios Editor-in-Chief. OK, Nick.
Hello.
You've got very good sources, as we often say.
Right. Thank you.
What's in the memo? Everybody's confused about what might be in it. Give us a synopsis. What's probably in it?
Well, reporting from us and from elsewhere, we don't really have a really clear sense. What we do hear from some people on the Republican side is that there may be details on it that could possibly discredit some of the information that the FBI and DGA used to do some of the surveillance that eventually led to some of the surveillance involving the Trump administration. But then again, one thing that's important to note here, how politically charged this memo is. When we talk to Democrats who have read it, they say that's not the case. When they talk to Republicans, they say something else entirely different. So there's a wide gulf here, sort of a very polarized debate, as you well know, about how this memo coming out.
Yeah, I mean, it's polarized. There's no question about it. The Democrats really do not want this thing to come out. I suspect that it connects the dots, that it links this Russian dossier with the FBI, and then the introduction of the Russia investigation, and then the undermining of Trump. That's really what it's all about, isn't it?
I think there's some recent reporting that is certainly what the Trump administration thinks it did. But I want you to pause right there and you say when Democrats say this memo shouldn't come out, it's not just Democrats who say that. As you said in the lead-in, the FBI, President Trump's FBI, is saying that it would be grave consequences if this memo came out.
They wouldn't want it to come out. It throws dirt all over the FBI. They're in panic mode to keep it quiet.
But that's exactly what we've written about today. It's how uncharted territory this is to have the president so publicly fighting with his FBI and his Justice Department over this kind of thing.
OK. Now, we've got another report came out today that FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, he knew about those Clinton emails a month before the FBI alerted Congress to them. Just give me the significance of this. Place this in some context. What's it all about?
Well, I think it's difficult to say the full context of that unless we understand sort of the process that involved. There's a lot of sort of steps in as they discover the emails, as they go through the emails to figure out what were in them, and then, of course, leading up to the very controversial decision of then-Director Comey publicly announcing that these emails had been found. What makes it so difficult for us at Axios to help our readers sort of figure out is to parse through all these very conflicting narratives to try and get to the real truth. And I think there's a lot of people on both sides of the aisle also working for that.
OK, but the bottom line seems to me to be attention shifting away from Russia towards Hillary, FBI. I mean, there's a shift in emphasis on what's going on here, isn't there?
Well, there's a certain effort by the president's allies. We call it sort of a disinformation campaign to sort of spread different kind of information and to try and go in and undermine the Mueller investigation. Whether that's correct or not, that's certainly what his political allies are trying to do, and adding Hillary Clinton to mix is certainly a step in that direction.
Do you think we're going to see the memo, Nick?
Ooh, wow, that's a tough prediction. I know the president certainly wants it out. A new wrinkle in this is what Congressman Schiff said late last night, that the memo that is being vetted by the FBI and shown to the White House is different than the one the committee voted on. But as we all heard on the president's hot mic comment in the State of the Union, he wants it out.
We shall see. Nick Johnston, Axios, thanks for joining us, Nick. Good stuff.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.